when the children were small, young, we would take our children anywhere where we felt like the Lord was going to be. Good preaching, special conferences, prayer meetings, wherever we felt like the Lord might show up there because of whatever we would. And it reminds me of the friends who took their handicapped friend and just lowered him through the roof because they just knew they had to get him in the presence of Jesus. And that was our mentality when the children were small. We never felt like, oh, if it was the case of it's too much of a hassle to take kids out, we would have never gone out anywhere because it's just challenging when you have little children. But there are bigger, more important things like their soul and their salvation that you have to go the extra mile for the sake of their eternal soul to get them at the feet of Jesus. It wasn't limited to those special meetings and traveling, whatever. It was Sundays. It was Wednesdays. It was Bible studies. It was prayer meeting. Those were all places where we made sure that our children would be present. And it can be challenging, but it just takes training. Where there's a will, there's a way. And children are trainable. They're very, very, very trainable, but it takes a lot of work. But it works. It works. And then your life is peaceful. They're peaceful. You can go everywhere as a family and not miss out because you have children. God did not give us kids so that we could miss out on what's most important. He gave us kids. They're a welcomed addition to the unit, the marriage unit. They're a welcomed addition that are to be trained, not accommodated primarily. You think about the children's needs and considerations, but ultimately they come along with you and they work with your plan, your schedule, your life, and you train them accordingly. And it really works. It really works. We want our children to see Christ in us. That's serious because it's not all about what you're teaching them. It comes a lot more powerfully and effectively through what they're seeing, how you're living. Our lives will be etched in the minds of our children. We all have come away from our upbringings and we all think about how our mothers were, how our fathers were, and some things we have to, some things we can bring into our marriage and other things you have to leave out. But we want our kids to be as well equipped as possible for when they get married, they have these vivid pictures of what a godly woman looks like. For our daughters to go off and grow up as young women, single and married, they have a vivid picture of what a godly wife looks like. And our sons should have a vivid picture of what a godly wife looks like so that he can have a guide when he's looking. Those are just some examples of the importance of of living a genuine Christian life. We don't want hypocrisy, have zero tolerance for hypocrisy. Your children will really suffer and they will resent you for that later. And I'm not talking about you messed up in a moment, maybe you said something with a harsh tone of voice or you spoke disrespectfully in a moment I'm not talking about that because then they learn, Mommy's not perfect, she asked me forgiveness, God forgiveness, Daddy forgiveness, that's fine, that's life. But the habitual sinning in front of your kids will come back and bite you.